Good evening, 6 o'clock. Welcome to the June 22nd Finance Committee meeting. We have a shorter agenda this evening, so we'll get right into it, beginning with temporary resolution 6326. That's coming through water pollution. Mr. Ailes.
Yes, Denise is going to speak to this one.
Good evening. This is the legislation that I discussed at the last meeting. It's a then and now certificate for our builder's risk insurance for the Upper Hocking Water Pollution Control Facility. In 2024, there was an invoice issued that never made it to my desk. I have no idea where it went, but we are required to carry this insurance, so we are required to pay the invoice, and I just need a then and now so I can do that.
And it's 2 years old, so we're going to ask to suspend. And
Okay. Any questions from anyone?
How much did we say how much the invoice was?
$36,642. You would have thought somebody would have missed it.
yeah,
All right. I don't see any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to temporary resolution 6426. That's coming through safety. Mr. Bizjack.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This resolution is quite simple. It's essentially allowing the service safety director to negotiate a contract with St. Mary's School to allow them to provide a resource officer for their kids from our police department. We're going to be going 2 readings on this one. The reason why is because we're kind of on a tightened timeline here as we're butting up against the new school calendar here, especially since we need to get the officer trained and everything like that to go into St. Mary's schools. So Mr. Ogg will be my second, and that's all I have. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? All right, seeing none, that is end of resolutions. The walk-in piece, we have a walk-in piece tonight, but that's an ordinance. Okay. So we're going to move on to ordinances. Temporary ordinance 2026. That's coming through Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee. Mr. Sully.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our city planner, Chaslin Carter, is going to come up. And you want to stay for the next 2 as well. Thank you.
Good evening. So this is the final plat for the Ewing Woods development. The submitted final plat is to record the roadway improvements, the city right-of-way and easement dedications. Casto is requesting 1 reading emergency legislation due to the importance of a June start date for construction in order to complete these public improvements this construction season. And then by completing these improvements during this season, this will be a key milestone before they can close on a single-family developer. And this was approved by the Planning Commission on June 11th.
Any questions on that one? Anyone?
Seeing none, you're going to ask for suspension?
Yes, I'll ask for suspension.
Okay. And then temporary ordinance 2126, also with Mr. Sully. Chaz, you want to speak to that too?
Yes, this is a rezoning request from JFM Excavation. It's to rezone 316 Sylvan Avenue and 1117 West Mulberry Street. The current zoning is residential transitional. The request is to rezone to advanced manufacturing. This is one of the properties that was rezoned during the zoning code revision in 2023. It was historically zoned advanced manufacturing. This was the location of the old Lancaster electroplating. And then it was rezoned to a residential district. So the applicant has requested to keep this rezoning request separate from the bulk city rezoning due to any potential holdups that could happen if any revisions are needed for that bulk rezoning.
Any questions on that one? Okay, and then I messed up on my agenda, and Anitra did not catch it for me. No, just kidding. I messed up on that one. So 2226 is also coming through Code Enforcement and Zoning, which would make sense. So if you want, you're going to speak to that as well.
Yes, so this request is for zoning map amendments. is due to rezoning that took place in the zoning code revision in 2023. Several historically commercial or manufacturing locations were rezoned to residential districts. This has resulted in certain hardships, extra board reviews, some additional expenditures for these owners of these businesses. This request is to rezone back to the original districts or a zoning district that will more appropriately reflect their existing and intended land uses. Additionally, the proposed revisions to the zoning code are made to streamline the development review process and take some of the undue hardship off the residents by allowing certain requests to be approved administratively.
Any questions for Chaslin on that? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, so those last two are going to be 3 readings with Mr. Nisley as your second. Okay. And then temporary ordinance 2326, that's coming through Safety Committee, Mr. Bizjack.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Once again, this ordinance here is seeking to update our Lancaster Code of Ordinances here for regarding mutual aid. There's some language in this legislation here that, quite frankly, is from 1952, so it's a little outdated. It references some revised code statutes that are no longer relevant or have been completely reclassified. So those administrative changes are being made. There's also some updating to how mutual aid is administered here to our surrounding townships, specifically to reflect the current status and operations of the fire department. So Mr. Solly will be my second, and I'm going to be going 3 readings on this one, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Bizjack? Okay, that's the last one on my agenda, but there is a walk-in ordinance. Does anyone want to speak to that? We don't have copies in front of us, but I didn't know if you wanted to go over it now.
Sure, we can. Yeah, I'm scrolling to get to it here in my packet. So it is temporary ordinance 2426. It's coming through economic development. And if you all remember, you approved a TIF for Casto's Ewing Woods development, the same one that you heard about the final plat for tonight. You approved the TIF back in between November and December. But we have been working with them on negotiating an agreement. We get to set some of the terms with regard to how much money they get out of the TIF, conditions on what their public improvements are, timing on those, that kind of thing. And the mayor is super committed to, as you all know probably at this point, but I'll remind everybody who's watching, it's both a multifamily and single-family development, right? And the multifamily is what Casto does. That's their bread and butter. They're not single-family developers, but they took on this project, and, the city of Lancaster is in a housing shortage. We need both. So we appreciate that they're willing to build the multifamily immediately, but it's going to take some work for them to get a single-family developer on board, as Chad's mentioned. But the mayor was dedicated to, we promised single-family housing, we have to have some single-family housing. And so we wanted to make sure that we had a term in the agreement that would limit the amount of TIF money that they could receive, the amount that they could get back on the public improvements if they failed to start building those houses within 4 years of the execution of the agreement, right? So it's obviously going to take some time to get the public improvements done. We appreciate that. No single-family developer is going to, want to rush in while they're in the middle of that process. So they asked for some time to get that done in exchange for a public improvement payment, essentially, that our financial advisors advised was well within the amount that development will ultimately collect. So that was what we were working on. We were working on it right up until the last minute on Thursday. So I apologize. Friday, we were off. It was Juneteenth. So that's why it's last minute. I apologize. And then also 2 readings because they are trying to get everything started in June. They're willing to obviously have this finished in July. That's close enough if you're willing to start and do 2 readings. They'd really appreciate that.
Any questions, Mr. Hogg?
So the TIF money to start the project is the carrot. Is there a stick that says they have to finish within a certain time?
So whenever you start public improvements, you're required to have a performance bond on file. You're required to give that to the city engineer's office. If you fail to complete those public improvements, then the city can go back on that bond and take whatever money that it needs in order to build those public improvements and do that.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions on that one? You have some time to digest it because 2 readings. Who's your second on that? It's coming through you, economic development.
I think you're my second.
I am your second, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got that one out of the way. We don't have any other ordinances that I'm aware of, so we can move on to department updates. Do we have anyone needing to give a department update? I see no hands, so President Porter, do you have anything for council prep?
Yes. We have one special presentation tonight. Councilmember Ailes, you want to give us a little flavor of what we're going to be hearing in that presentation?
Yes, Curtis is here tonight. We might be a little late. We've had a lot of resolutions, ordinances from the Water Pollution Control Department. And I feel like it's easy to become confused because there's so many steps for each project. And I see people, I look around the room and I see people looking confused. So Curtis is going to fix that tonight. He's going to walk us through a project from start to finish with the legislation that it takes to complete that project. So that's what's happening tonight.
Great, thank you. That's it.
Fantastic. Do we have any other discussion items for finance? I can stall a little bit, but nobody's looking to want to do that, so I will seek a motion that we adjourn.
So moved.
And we are adjourned at 6:12.
We will convene the Lancaster City Council regular meeting at 6:30.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Life moves fast, and Buckeye is here to keep you moving. New dream job? Celebrate with a ride that feels just as exciting. Passing the keys to your new teen driver? Treat yourself to an upgrade you'll love. Family getting bigger? Buckeye's got the perfect spacious, safety-packed vehicle for every new arrival. Wherever life takes you, Buckeye Nissan, Georgesville Nissan, Buckeye Honda, and Buckeye Toyota are ready to drive you forward. Your life, your car, your choice. Choose Buckeye. Life moves fast, and
God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and finally, the wisdom to know the difference. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now call the June 22nd, 2026 Lancaster City Council meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Here.
Mr. Bizjack?
Here.
Mr. Carr?
Here.
Ms. Cohen?
Here.
Mrs. Hoop?
Here.
Mr. Nicely?
Here.
Mr. Aug?
Here.
Mr. Schoonover?
Here.
Ms. Smiley? And Mr. Solly?
Here.
Let the record reflect that 9 members of Lancaster City Council are present, council members are present. I'd now entertain a motion to excuse Councilmember Smiley.
Motion. Yeah, either one. I make a motion.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to excuse Councilmember Smiley. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Councilmember Smiley is excused for this evening. Reading and disposing of the journal.
I have regular meeting minutes dated June 8th, 2026, and the special meeting minutes June 10th, 2026.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the journal.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the journal. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Reports of city officials.
I have 1, 2, 3, 7. I have 7 of them this evening. I have email dated June 9th, 2026 regarding process of liquor permit objections submitted by President Jeff Porter. Email dated June 10th, 2026 regarding City Hall renovation and elevator update submitted by Service Safety Director Carrie Woody. Email dated June 10th, 2026 regarding Bricker, Graydon, Wyatt client alert submitted by President Jeff Porter. Email dated June 12th, 2026 regarding the background information on upcoming legislation submitted by City Planner Chaslin Carter. Email dated June 12th, 2026 regarding free comprehensive planning workshop submitted by City Planner Chaslin Carter. Email dated June 17th, 2026 regarding positive experience for Fairfield Park submitted by Service Safety Director Carrie Woody. And emails dated June 7th, 2026 regarding explanations on temporary resolution 63-26 submitted by environmental engineer Denise Cruz.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the reports of city officials.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the reports of city officials. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Communications.
I have 4 this evening. I have email dated June 9th, 2026 regarding good neighbor situation submitted by Kelsey Wheeler. Email dated June 15th, 2026 regarding a public records request submitted by Justin Slim with Bright Power. Email dated June 19th, 2026 regarding Broad Street closing submitted by Mr. Bob Lovell. And mail received June 18th regarding 25th anniversary of the NOPAC mailer.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the communications.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the communications. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We now have reached the portion of our meeting for special presentations and awards, and Curtis is coming up, but before he starts his presentation, we want to tonight recognize the birthday of our auditor, Auditor Nettles. So who can start us off with a quick happy birthday, round of happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tricia. Happy birthday to you.
We're sorry we missed this for your birthday, but it's going to live and it's going to travel.
It's going to start going around.
Now the whole world knows.
Yes, we are not asking age. All right, Curtis, start us off.
Absolutely. First, I just want to thank everybody for giving me the opportunity to speak tonight on this subject. As Councilmember Ailes mentioned, there were some questions brought up about the scope of our projects. and the fact that they are very often, if not always, multi-legislation projects. Just last week was a prime example with the Lawrence Street Pump Station. There were 2 separate pieces of legislation for a single project. And so this, what I've handed out and am presenting currently, is just intended to provide a little bit of explanation on different pieces that you may or may not see connected with the projects. I would like to note that with each project is not always linear down the list, and it will not always contain each item, but you may see it, and so I did try to list everything that we do come across, and I'm happy to have any follow-up questions answered here or afterwards as well. To start with is the engineering design. Upon approval, this legislation authorizes the Service Safety Director to enter into a contract with a selected engineering firm. And to be selected, an engineering firm must first submit a proposal specifically tailored for the intended project. City of Lancaster employees from departments directly involved with this, with the associated project, review each firm's submittal to select the engineering firm for the project. Each submittal is reviewed independently and assigned scores by the reviewer. The engineering construction legislation, upon approval, this legislation authorizes the Service Safety Director to enter into an engineering agreement for construction administration services. The loan application and grant application, these, you will not see both of them. It's one or the other, and this is for funding if it's not coming from the department's fund itself. The loan application is that upon approval, the legislation authorizes the mayor to apply for a loan for the detailed project. This also authorizes the mayor to execute any applications, contracts, or agreements to obtain the loan. The loan application legislation details the source of repayment for the loan. Grant application is very similar. It is upon approval, this legislation authorizes the mayor to apply for grant funding for the detailed project. This also authorizes the mayor to execute any applications, contracts, or agreements to obtain the grant. The main difference here, of course, is that there's no details regarding the repayment due to the fact that it is a grant. For legislation regarding advertising bids, upon approval, this legislation authorizes the Service Safety Director to advertise for bids for the construction portion of the project. With this advertisement, construction companies will have information to submit their bids to work on the project. Authorized contract, upon approval, this legislation authorizes the Service Safety Director to execute a contract in order to accomplish the project. An easement note, upon approval, this legislation authorizes the Service Safety Director to negotiate and enter into land purchase contracts for right-of-way dedications and temporary work easements as needed for projects. And the change order legislation is that in the event that a construction contract increases beyond the amount authorized by City Council, we need to request to either increase the contract amount or as Council to authorize a change order. This may come in the form of authorizing to increase the overall contract amount or to authorize a change order in the amount needed. Those are all the separate pieces that I've detailed. I do have a second page attached on what I handed out to all of you. I wanted to provide an example of a project timeline so that you have those details as well. This is what we review and we work with to get a project accomplished. Within the timeline, there are some things mentioned here, such as advertising for bids. We have review periods for plans and construction itself. And that is everything I've prepared, but as I said, I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Mr. President.
Yes, Councilmember Bizjack.
Thank you, Mr. President. Curtis, this question is not so much for you, but just kind of the broader public as well. This type of legislation, not only is it passed with your department, but we also can see this type of legislation show up in public works for streets and things like that as well. And maybe that's more a question directed to you guys, but just sharing that for the broader public at large. So this is not something unique to water. This is something that other city departments use. All right. Thank you.
So Curtis, on the project time schedule.
Yes.
And this is one of the actual projects we're doing, correct?
Yes, this is the Lawrence Street Pump Station. And again, since we did have the 2 pieces last meeting, I felt it was appropriate to share this one.
So on this particular project, we began it back in 2025. So a lot of the work associated with this is not even construction.
Correct.
Can you walk us through a little bit of that? Because that's a substantial amount of time, and these projects take a lot of time, and that's why I think we wanted to hear how these worked.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be happy to. So kind of before construction begins, we do have to work on, the engineering firm has been selected at this point from step one, and they are the ones that also provide this timeline to us. With this timeline before construction, the major thing is the design and design review. We do have milestones as the design gets completed where we meet with the engineering firm to go over the current plan, what we may need that's missing, what they have that we may have questions on, to make sure that the city's getting just the right product for what we need. Also during this time is meetings with the construction firm to discuss what it is, what they have, what they need. Everything down to lay down area for storage, for equipment that's arriving, items that may arrive early, things like that. Looking through here, another very large portion towards the lower middle, going down the page, is OEPA review. Our plans do have to get submitted to Ohio EPA, and they do have to review them and approve them. They will come back with questions, and then that gives them more time to review again once we answer those questions. So even before construction begins, we are familiarizing ourselves with what we're going to have, and we're making sure, as I said before, that we're getting exactly what we need for the project.
Thank you. Any other questions from council members? Council member.
No, I just want to say thank you, because I'm probably one of the people that you get the questions from the most. So I certainly appreciate a cheat sheet.
Any other questions from council members? Councilmember Solly.
I think something might be worthwhile to see, and we certainly don't need to do this tonight, but maybe go through the sewer separation that's been going on for, I don't know how many years that project's been, we've done these projects. And, I've had people ask me about it. I know it's a unfunded mandate from the state, and
yeah, you want a schedule of what's been done, or
yeah,
an idea what's been in and what's on the horizon?
Yeah, I've had folks ask, and
I'm sure we can get that for you.
Yeah, just because it affects other things like street repairs, and because if we're scheduled to rip up all the sewers, we're not going to repave a street and then do that the next year. So it causes a lot of questions, like good questions, but I think folks might want to see. I don't know when the last time we really looked at that.
Curtis gave an example of why these projects take a long time to accomplish.
Yeah,
but
because there's so many.
We're working through them, and we'll get you an update on that.
Okay, I've had folks ask, and I'm just curious. So,
any further questions for Curtis while he's here? Doesn't appear to be, but thank you very much.
Yeah,
It was enlightening. We appreciate it. Thank you, Councilmember Ailes, for arranging that for us. We will now move to, we have no petitions or memorials. We now reach the time in our agenda for permission of voters and taxpayers to address council. Are there any individuals here this evening who would like to address council? If so, you can please proceed to the podium, provide your name and address on the sign-in sheet, and identify yourself, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Okay. Debbie Rockwood, 1061 East Fifth Avenue. And I brought handouts, but not enough. I didn't know this many people would be at council. So just very briefly, I know fogging for mosquitoes is starting soon. And I just wanted to bring up again, I've talked to Paul Martin and Carrie about this before. And new research shows that mosquito fogging is not necessary. There are other things we could be doing that would take care of the mosquitoes better than fogging. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Number one, it doesn't work. Fogging only kills mature mosquitoes, and larvae replace them in a few days. Fogging does kill everything else. For 2 weeks now, we've had lightning bugs at night, and it would kill lightning bugs and moths and other pollinators that are out at night. Even natural treatments harm all the insects they touch, damaging the ecological webs that keep mosquitoes in balance. So I know I'm one of the main culprits right now. I know my gutters are clogged up, and I need to get up there and clear them out because there are, some of them have standing water. Last year, the health department gave me dunks, and so people know they have standing water. Those can be used, and it kills the larvae. So I think it's mainly an educational thing for the community. We're so used to asking for mosquito fogging, and we don't realize what the consequences are of it, and that there are better ways to take care of it now. So that's all I wanted to say, and if anyone does want the handouts that I didn't bring enough of, I'd be happy to provide those for you. And thank you for everything you all do for our community. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any questions of me before I take, okay. Well, thanks for letting me speak.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to address Lancaster City Council this evening? Seeing none, we will continue with our meeting. Reports of standing committees.
I have two this evening. I have water pollution meeting agenda dated June 10th, 2026, submitted by Mr. Ailes. And Finance Committee meeting agenda dated June 22nd, 2026, submitted by Mr. Schoonover.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to receive and file the reports of standing committees.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to receive and file the reports of standing committees. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Reports of special committees. We have none.
There are no reports this evening.
We have no need for a public hearing this evening. We will now move to the reading of resolutions, beginning with the third reading of resolution, temporary resolution 5126.
A resolution to appropriate from the unencumbered balance and amend the certificate of appropriations with the county auditor in the general fund 1001 for the retirement from the Fairfield County Municipal Court Clerk's Office, submitted by our Finance Committee, Mr. Schoonover and Mr. Ailes.
Councilmember Schoonover.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 5126.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 5126. Any discussion, Councilmember Schoonover?
I don't have any.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop? Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Someone is excused, and Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary resolution 5126 passes 9-0. Temporary resolution 5326.
A resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to submit to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development Lancaster's fiscal year 2026 Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan and Statement of Objectives and to declare an emergency. It's through Economic Development Committee, Ms. Hoop and Mr. Carr.
Councilmember Hoop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 53-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 5326. Any discussion, Councilmember Hoop?
Just as a reminder, this every year there's an annual action plan that needs to be submitted laying out the allocation of the anticipated funds. So this is that.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary resolution 5326 passes 9-0. Temporary resolution 5426.
A resolution authorizing the submission of an application by the City of Lancaster for program year 2026 Community Housing Impact and Preservation Program and declaring an emergency. This is through Economic Development Committee, Mrs. Hoop and Mr. Schoonover.
Councilmember Hoop.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 54-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 54-26. Any discussion? Councilmember Hoop.
And this is just to apply for the CHIP fund in the amount of $250,000.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary Resolution 54-26 passes 9-0. Temporary Resolution 55-26.
A resolution to appropriate from the unencumbered balance, amend the certificate of appropriations with the county auditor in the general fund 1001, complete a fund-to-fund transfer, increase receipts, appropriate from the unencumbered balance, and amend the certificate of other sources and appropriations with the county auditor in the LDOT Improvement Fund 3014. This is through Public Works Committee, Mr. Carr and Mr. Bizjack.
Councilmember Carr.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record ordinance temporarily, or resolution temporarily numbered 55-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 55-26. Any discussion, Councilmember Carr?
This is to appropriate the local match money for the right-of-way acquisition and land costs for the East Main Street shoulder widening and sidewalk project.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
No.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary Resolution 55-26 passes 8-1. Temporary Resolution 56-26.
A resolution authorizing the Service Safety Director to negotiate and enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Fairfield County Board of Commissioners regarding Ohio Department of Transportation reimbursement grant funds to be paid to the county transit for an electric vehicle feasibility study to authorize the Service Safety Director to accept Ohio Transit Partnership Program grant funds to increase receipts, appropriate from the unencumbered balance, and amend the certificate of other sources and appropriations with the county auditor in the Public Transit Fund 2021, and to declare an emergency. This through Finance Committee, Mr. Schoonover and Mr. Sully.
Councilmember Schoonover.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 56-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 56-26. Any discussion, Councilmember Schoonover?
No, I can't really summarize it better than the preamble itself, so go with that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Motion to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 56-26 passes 9-0. Temporary resolution 57-26.
A resolution to authorize the Service Safety Director to accept 2026 AARP Community Grant Challenge Funds to appropriate from the unencumbered balance and amend the certificate of other appropriations with the county auditor in the General Fund 1001. This through Finance Committee, Mr. Schoonover and Mr. Sully.
Councilmember Schoonover.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 57-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 57-26. Any discussion? Councilmember Schoonover.
Just as a reminder, this grant was in regards to the handicap ramps for businesses to be able to use downtown and any other place around town, I would hope.
Okay, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary resolution 57-26 passes 9-0. We now move on to second reading of resolutions, beginning with temporary resolution 5826.
A resolution authorizing the Service Safety Director to enter into an engineering agreement for various construction administration services for the Lawrence Street Pump Station Replacement Project. It's through Water Pollution Control Committee, Mr. Ailes and Mr. Bizjack.
Councilmember Ailes.
Second of three readings, please.
Second of three readings on temporary resolution 5826. Temporary resolution 5926.
A resolution authorizing the Service Safety Director to enter an engineering agreement for various construction administration services for the South Water Plant Force Main Backflow Valves Project. It's through Water Pollution Control Committee, Mr. Ailes and Mr. Bizjack.
Councilmember Ailes.
Second of three readings, please.
Second of three readings on temporary resolution 5926. Temporary resolution 60-26.
A resolution to appropriate from the unencumbered balance and amend the certificate of appropriations with the county auditor in the Water Revenue Fund 6003 for a retirement within the Water Department. It's through Water Pollution Control Committee, Mr. Ailes and Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Ailes.
Yes, Mr. President, I move that we suspend the rules and waive the third reading of resolution temporarily numbered 60-26.
Second. Sorry.
Second. We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and waive the third reading of temporary resolution 60-26. Any discussion on the motion to suspend? Councilmember Ailes.
No.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Motion to suspend the rules and waive the third reading of temporary resolution 60-26 passes 9-0. Councilmember Ailes.
Yes, Mr. President, I move that we pass and engross and enter upon the written record resolution temporarily numbered 60-26.
Second.
A motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 60-26. Any discussion? Councilmember Ailes.
Unplanned, unbudgeted retirement from the Water Department.
Thank you.
This is what we do.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary resolution 60-26 passes 9-0. Temporary resolution 62-26.
A resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a development agreement with the Lancaster Port Authority for its Dave Johns Spec Building Project through Economic Development Committee, Mrs. Hoop and Mr. Nisely.
Councilmember Hoop.
Thank you. This is second of three readings.
Second of three readings on temporary resolution 62-26. We now move on to the first reading of resolutions, beginning with temporary resolution 63-26.
A resolution to authorize a then and now certificate for a payment to Record Insurance for Builder's Risk Insurance for the Upper Hockey and Water Pollution Control Facility Expansion Project. This is through Water Pollution Control Committee, Mr. Ailes and Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Ailes.
Yes, Mr. President, I move that we suspend the rules and waive the second and third reading of resolution temporarily numbered 63-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and waive the second and third reading of temporary resolution 63-26. Any discussion on the motion to suspend? Councilmember Ailes.
No.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Motion to suspend the rules and waive the second and third reading of temporary resolution 63-26 passes 9-0. Councilmember Ailes.
Yes, I move that we pass and engross and enter upon the written record resolution temporarily numbered 63-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary resolution 63-26. Any discussion, Councilmember Ailes?
No.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary resolution 63-26 passes 9-0. Temporary resolution 64-26.
a resolution to authorize the Service Safety Director to negotiate and enter into a contract with St. Mary's School to provide them with a school resource officer beginning with the 2026-2027 school year and to declare an emergency. This is through Safety Committee, Mr. Bizjack and Mr. Ogg.
Councilmember Bizjack.
Thank you, Mr. President. This will be the first of two readings.
First of two readings on temporary resolution 6426. That concludes our reading of resolutions this evening. We will now move on to the reading of ordinances. We'll begin with the third reading of temporary ordinance 12-26.
An ordinance to authorize the Service Safety Director to accept a proposed gas utility easement from LRV Investors Number 2 LLC. Mr. Service Committee, Mr. Nicely and Ms. Cohen.
Councilmember Nicely.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a motion to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary ordinance number 12-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary ordinance 12-26. Any discussion, Councilmember Nicely?
Yes, Mr. President. Just to remind everybody, this ordinance allows the municipal gas department to obtain a utility easement at the property where the current Lodge Apartments is located on Sheridan Drive. And this is necessary just to make sure that LMG can maintain and upgrade our gas main on that property, which they're currently not able to do.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary ordinance 12-26 passes 9-0. Temporary ordinance 13-26.
In ordinance, one,
Jeff.
author,
That was to suspend.
Oh, what was to suspend?
No, this is
12-26, I thought we just suspended.
we're
No.
third reading.
That was the third
Third.
reading.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't second.
All right.
So I
Let you do your
seconded.
job now, Jeff.
Okay, all right. Sorry about that. Temporary ordinance 13-26.
in ordinance, one, authorizing the city of Lancaster, Ohio to negotiate and enter into a transaction confirmation for an assessment management arrangement between the city and BP Energy Company related to the 300,525,000 Lancaster Port Authority Gas Supply Revenue Bonds, Series 2024A, and other related documents, and two, authorizing the engagement and payment of all necessary legal services required to enter into the transaction confirmation for the asset management arrangement and to declare an emergency. This is through Service Committee, Mr. Nicely and Mrs. Hoop.
Councilmember Nicely.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a motion to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary ordinance number 13-26.
Oh, I second it. Oh, my gosh. I'm one off. I'm second. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. We have a motion and a second to pass, gross, and enter upon the written record temporary ordinance 13-26. Any discussion, Councilmember Nicely?
Yep. Thank you, Mr. President. Just to reiterate, this ordinance allows Lancaster Municipal Gas to enter into this agreement with BP Energy. It allows the municipal gas department to get some additional expertise from BP on the gas supply side of the operation. It helps make sure the city has the support and expertise it needs to manage the very complicated gas supply program without changing the service our residents receive every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nicely?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Temporary ordinance 13-26 passes 9-0. Temporary ordinance 14-26.
An ordinance amending and restating permanent ordinance number 32-25 adopted August 11, 2025, declaring the improvement to certain real property located in the city of Lancaster, Ohio to be a public purpose, declaring such improvement to be exempt from real property taxation pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 5709.40B, requiring the owners thereof to make annual service payments in lieu of taxes, describing the public infrastructure improvements to be made that will directly benefit the real property, establishing a public improvement tax increment equivalent fund for the deposit of service payments, together with related authorizations in declaring an emergency. It's through Economic Development Committee, Mrs. Hoop and Mr. Nisling.
Councilmember Hoop.
Thank you. Mr. President, I would like to make a motion that council pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary ordinance 14-26.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, engross, and enter upon the written record temporary ordinance 14-26. Any discussion? Councilmember Hoop.
Just as a reminder, this has to do with amending and restating the West End TIF.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjak?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisling?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Mr. Sully?
Yes.
Temporary ordinance 14-26 passes 9-0. We now move on to the second reading of ordinances, beginning with temporary ordinance 15-26.
An ordinance to repeal and replace Lancaster Codified Ordinance, Part 13, Building Code, Chapter 1331, Flood Damage Reduction. This is through Law Committee, Ms. Smiley and Mr. Ogg.
Mr. Ogg.
Mr. Ogg.
Second of three readings.
Second of three readings on temporary ordinance 15-26. Temporary ordinance 18-26.
An ordinance to amend permanent ordinance 64-25, the non-union pay ordinance, and to declare an emergency. This through Finance Committee, Mr. Schoonover and Mr. Ailes.
Councilmember Schoonover.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to replace temporary ordinance 1826 with temporary ordinance 1826 star.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to replace temporary ordinance 1826 with temporary ordinance 1826 star. Any discussion, Councilmember Schoonover?
It was in our packet, but there was one change, or a typo on there, moving the engineer number 1 position from a J to a K, so it's just fixing that error with the star version.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the motion to replace? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjak?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisling?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully?
Yes.
Motion to replace temporary ordinance 18-26 with temporary ordinance 18-26 star passes 9-0. Councilmember Schoonover.
And that'll be the second of 3 readings, please.
Second of 3 readings on temporary ordinance 18-26 star. Temporary ordinance 19-26.
An ordinance to amend permanent ordinance 63-25, the management pay ordinance, and to declare an emergency. This through Finance Committee and through Mr. Schoonover and Mr. Sully.
Councilmember Schoonover.
Second of 3 readings, please.
Second of 3 readings on temporary ordinance 19-26. Now move on to the first reading of ordinances, beginning with temporary ordinance 20-26.
An ordinance to accept the final plat for the Ewing Woods subdivision and to declare an emergency. This through Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee, Mr. Sully and Mr. Ailes.
Councilmember Sully.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that council suspend its rules and waive the second and third reading of ordinance temporarily number 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to replace, we have a motion and a second to suspend the rules and waive the second and third reading of temporary ordinance 20-26. Any discussion on the motion?
We're going for suspension, as stated earlier, to not hold up construction.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjak?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisling?
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Sully.
Yes.
Motion to suspend the rules and waive the second and third reading of temporary ordinance 20-26 passes 9-0. Councilmember Sully.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that council pass and engross and enter upon the written record ordinance temporarily numbered 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pass, gross, enter upon the written record temporary ordinance 20-26. Any further discussion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bizjack?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisely,
Yes.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
Mr. Solly?
Yes.
Temporary ordinance 20-26 passes 9-0. Temporary ordinance 21-26.
An ordinance to amend the City of Lancaster zoning map to change the zoning of property located at 316 Sullivan Avenue and 1117 West Mulberry Street, fourth identified as Fairfield County Auditor Tax Parcel Numbers 05311769000, 05311770000, 05311771000, 05311772000, 05311773000, 05311774000, and 05311775500 from residential transitional district to advanced manufacturing district. This through Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee, Mr. Sully and Mr. Nisely.
Councilmember Solly.
Thank you, Mr. President. It'll be first of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary ordinance 21-26.
I just want to point out one thing for temporary ordinance 21-26 and 22-26. We didn't mention it earlier, but there'll be a public hearing for both of those.
Correct. I was going to let everybody
Okay.
know. Thank you. Appreciate that. So that was the first of three readings on temporary ordinance 21-26, temporary ordinance 22-26.
An ordinance to repeal and replace Lancaster Codified Ordinance, Part 11, Planning and Zoning, Title 3, Zoning and Property Restrictions, Chapter 1121 through Chapter 1161 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Lancaster, and to amend the City of Lancaster zoning map. This through Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee, Mr. Solly and Mr. Nisely.
Councilmember Solly.
Thank you, Mr. President. This will be the first of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary ordinance 22-26, temporary ordinance 23-26.
An ordinance to repeal and replace Lancaster Codified Ordinance, Part 1, Administrative Code, Title 5, Chapter 113, Fire Department. This through Safety Committee, Mr. Bizjack and Mr. Solly.
Councilmember Bizjack.
Thank you, Mr. President. This will be the first of three readings.
First of three readings on temporary ordinance 24-26. We do have a walk-on piece of legislation, temporary ordinance 24-26.
An ordinance consenting to and approving the execution of a TIF agreement between the City of Lancaster and Ewing Woods LLC for the benefit of its development located along Sheridan Drive and to declare an emergency. This is through Economic Development Committee, Mrs. Hoop and Mr. Schoonover.
Councilmember Hoop.
Thank you. This is first of two readings.
First of two readings on temporary ordinance 24-26. It's my understanding that the clerk has been provided the text of that ordinance. Was it this evening or this afternoon?
It was this afternoon.
And we'll be-
everybody has all the email.
And everybody has got a copy in their email to review. Thank you. We have no tabled legislation this evening. No unfinished business. New business. In new business, council member updates for their committees. We'll start with Councilmember Hoop.
Thank you. We have nothing new, but our next meeting is in July.
Thank you. Councilmember Nisely.
Thank you, Mr. President. Our last service committee meeting met on May 14th, where we heard various updates from Parks Department, Sanitation, Utilities Collection, and the Municipal Gas Department. We discussed spring maintenance, park improvements to various parks, including Miller and Bowers Park. Sanitation reported that they listed the truck that was wrecked for sale. I'm sure that's been resolved by now. That was over a month ago now at this point, but we heard from several updates from Utilities Collection about their level billing and e-billing program. Municipal Gas gave the committee an update on legislation that was working through council but have now been passed, and that's it.
Thank you. Councilmember Carr.
Public Works, the Arbor Valley Drive project underway. Sixth Avenue Bridge project underway. I continue to turn left down Sixth Avenue and realize I can't go that way. And prior to the last meeting, completed the Chestnut Street redirection. And our next Public Works Committee meeting is this Friday morning, June 26th, 7:30 a.m. in the 1897 conference room.
Thank you. Councilmember Seguno.
Everybody partakes and shows up to Finance Committee meetings, but I did want to remind everybody to throw another reminder out there. We're halfway through the year already, so when you have your next, make sure that you, before your next committee meetings, if you haven't seen one recently, if you get with your department heads to ask them kindly to bring you a budget. When they're halfway through the year, they should have a pretty good hold on things and gives you a pretty good idea of where they stand for the year. So just encouraging that with a few of you that have meetings coming up in July. If you haven't seen a budget yet, just to get with them in advance of that.
Councilmember Ogg.
Nothing to report.
Thank you. Clerk Scott.
I have, there will be 2 public hearings regarding the ordinances 21-26 and 22-26, tentatively on August 10th of 2026.
Thank you. August 10th of 2026 for the public hearings on the 2 aforementioned ordinances. A gentle reminder to all of our committee chairs, if you could turn in your minutes in a timely fashion after the meeting. Clerk Scott, when she gets those emailed, will then email those out to council members so they can take a look at those. We appreciate it. Councilmember Ailes.
Nothing new to report.
Thank you. Councilmember Cohen.
Administrative Services met May 22nd. We had reports from IT, GIS, HR, and the mayor. Highlights from the IT department, they were given the mandate to make all of our information ADA compliant. That involved reviewing over 17,000 items, and that has been completed a while ago. They talked about cyber scams, and obviously we all know that those are a huge problem for everyone, and we are continuing our cyber security training and updates. And there are programs that measure the effectiveness in cyber training, and to get a number of 40 or below is a good score. We started at 52, which leaves some room for improvement, but after a year or more of focusing on training and the weekly updates, we were down to a 39, and now we're a little bit over 40, but still doing well. They wanted me to remind everyone there is a cybersecurity test coming up soon. The second round of cyber training will be available in July. And as always, they encourage everyone to complete that as soon as possible. In the GIS world, they recently went to an asset management cartography training program, both to cross-train someone else in that program and then to learn about other features that our systems offers. They've used the drone, so the maps are updated every 2 to 3 years, not from Lancaster, but through the county. But using the drone, we have been able to update our maps more frequently, which allows for better information for everyone. HR reported that the medical and mental health clinics continue to be a success. And then the mayor talked about the tradesman group. I'm not sure, I should have asked you beforehand, but at that time they were working on the roof repair and the clock and bell tower repair, window repair, which for those people that work in the city, I'm sure is a huge positive. And they were hoping to be done by late October of 2026. I'm assuming that's still a good date.
Thank you. Councilmember Bizjack.
Thank you, Mr. President. Aside from the St. Mary's School Resource Officer legislation and the administrative code changes for the fire department legislation, which is before all of us, the Safety Committee met on the first Friday of June a little bit ago. The only other topic of discussion that's not already before you is the fact that our police department is currently looking for grant funding opportunities to pursue purchase of new high-tech AEDs to be used in our police cruisers so that they can communicate amongst each other as well as, help residents in need. So That's the only update I have currently here for safety. Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilmember Solly.
Thank you, Mr. President. So for the Code Enforcement and Zoning Committee, our next meeting is July 10th. And right now, the only item on the agenda is a zoning overlay for code overlay for data centers.
Thank you. We appreciate the update. Announcement of scheduled meetings.
Next regular sessions of council are July 13th, 2026 at 6:30 PM in council chambers. And then August 10th, 2026 at 6:30 PM here in council chambers.
Thank you. Special scheduled meetings.
I have none of this evening.
Regularly scheduled committee meetings.
I have Public Works Committee meeting June 26, 2026 at 7:30 AM in the 1897 conference room here at City Hall. Code Enforcement Committee meeting July 10th, 2026 at 7:30 AM in the 1897 conference room in City Hall. Economic Development Committee meeting July 30th, 2026 at 7:30 AM at 1897 conference room in City Hall.
Thank you. Reading of bills.
I have two this evening. I have MNCO for $65.78 for publication of Permanent Ordinance 11-26. And then MNCO of $111.82 for publication of Permanent Ordinance 12-26 and 13-26.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the bills.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to pay the bills. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. I have been informed there may be need for an executive session this evening.
Yes, President Porter, I would like to make a motion for the Lancaster City Council to convene into executive session to consider confidential information related to the specific business strategy and trade secrets of an applicant for economic development assistance pursuant to Ohio Revised Code, Section 121.22G8, because the information is directly related to a request for economic development assistance to be provided under Chapter 3735.67, involves public infrastructure improvements and involves the provisions of utility services directly related to an economic development project. Therefore, the executive session is necessary to protect the interests of the applicant and to protect the city's interest in the expenditure of public funds to be made in connection with the economic development project. The executive session should include the following individuals: all city council members, Council President Porter, Mayor McDaniel, Service Safety Director Woody, Auditor Nettles, Law Director Hall, Treasurer Stoughton, Lancaster Port Authority Executive Director Stephanie Bosco, and Tax Commissioner Amy Hamilton.
Second.
A motion and second to enter into executive session. Please call the roll.
Mr. Ailes?
Yes.
Mr. Bishop?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Ms. Cohen?
Yes.
Mrs. Hoop?
Yes.
Mr. Nisley?
No.
Mr. Ogg?
Yes.
Mr. Schoonover?
Yes.
And Mr. Solly?
Yes.
We're now in executive session. We will not be adjourning the meeting till after the executive session, and no official actions will take place within the executive session. Thank you. Regular session of council, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr. President, I move that we adjourn.
I'll go ahead and second since you're on it.
We have a
like
motion and a
Johnny on the
second to
spot.
adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those in favor?
Didn't we have to vote to go out of executive session and then adjourn? Okay.
Yeah, it was fine. Remember to sign your legislation if you have any. Please do so before you leave.